After taking a hard look at the CRTC's recent rulings on usage-based billing, or UBB, I've reached two conclusions. One, the CRTC doesn't quite understand why the CRTC exists. And two, I'm not sure it gets how the internet works. But other than that, Brownie, you're doing a heck of a job. Most businesses in Canada operate in a free market where prices are set by supply, demand, and consumer choice. If McDonald's wants to start charging $50 for a Big Mac, it can go right ahead and give it a try. No government body is going to stop it. McDonald's could even emulate the dominant internet service providers, pricing burgers by how quickly you'll get them. Big Mac Light for $20, Big Mac Speed for $30, and the ever-popular Big Mac Ultra for $50 with 5 pounds of free pickles included. There are lots of competitors in the hamburger business and thousands of other types of restaurants. Consumers can take $50 burgers or leave them. Consumers are in the driver's seat. The internet access business, it's the exact opposite. Without government regulation, there won't be much competition. Consumers will not be in the driver's seat. They'll be locked in the trunk. That's why the CRTC exists, to protect consumers from the phone company. But with these rulings, the CRTC seems to be protecting the phone company from us. Let's return to the restaurant analogy. Imagine a world where all restaurants had to buy their food from just two wholesalers, owned by McDonald's or Burger King. They would have the power to crush competitors. And that's kind of what the internet access business looks like. It's a natural duopoly. There are likely only two wires running to your home, and if you're in Ontario, they're most likely owned by Bell and Rogers. The CRTC's job is to turn that duopoly into competition, in part by forcing the big telecommunications companies to sell space on their wires to competing internet service providers. But the CRTC's UBB rules will kill that competition by forcing the small competitors to adopt big telco's retail pricing structure, an arbitrary structure featuring low caps on your internet usage and ludicrously high charges for exceeding those caps. At $1 to $5 per excess gigabyte, the overage charges are not in any way related to the cost of providing the bandwidth, which most estimates peg at a few cents per gigabyte. Rogers, Bell, and Friends have another incentive for imposing low caps and high overage fees. If you and I start downloading a lot more movies and TV shows from the net, we'll be bypassing the cable and satellite companies, not to mention Canadian TV channels, most of which just happen to be owned by, you guessed it, big telco. The more movies and TV you watch through internet services such as Netflix, the more big telco loses. Unless, that is, they can figure out how to charge you a lot more for internet access. The CRTC has for some reason decided to try to oblige them. The raison d'etre of the CRTC is fostering competition and driving down prices. But the CRTC's recent rulings undermine competition and drive up prices. QED, the CRTC's approach, is wrong. And Tony Clement, the federal industry minister, was absolutely right to intervene. For The Agenda with Steve Paikin, I'm Tony Keller.